Good day all, Anthony here. Today I'm here to explain you a few things about our turbo range. In this short video, the target is to explain you what is the feature and what is the benefit of this machine, and in addition to explain you what we can offer to our customer and what will be the benefit for our farmers. So I will present in two different steps. First of all, we will pass through and review what will be the use of this machine, when and how and why can we use this machine. And in the second time, I will talk more about the range, what we can offer to fit to all customer and farm size. So first of all, regarding the purpose of this machine, we call it all-season cultivators for the simple reason that we can use this machine nearly in all season. One of the main use of this machine will be for sure the first stubbling action, so means straight after the combine. Once you have harvested your cereal crops, we will be able to work at a shallow depth in order to regrow the weeds, make the quick and fast germination of the volunteer in order to clean the field for the next commercial crop. So that will be the first idea. In this case, the working depth will be in between 3 to 5 centimeters in order to get a very quick germination of the volunteer. Another purpose of use for this machine will be a bit deeper as a second pass machine. So it can be used either during the summer when you want to do a deeper preparation, but it can be used also in the autumn when we want to open the soil. It can be used also on the springtime where some of the farmers are destroying annuals or ryegrass in order to plant maize or corn. In this way, the machine will be capable, with a narrow point, will be capable to work down to 20 centimeters. So that's the two purposes where we can use the machine. There is a third one, which is extremely interesting and which makes this machine very versatile for a farmer. With this machine, we will be able to prepare a really nice seedbed in order to plant or seed cereal. We will be able to work and prepare a nice seedbed for many reasons. First of all, because we have different time possibilities on this machine, and again we can work extremely shallow as deep, down to 20 centimeters. And in addition, we can combine with different type of roller on the back in order to get a very nice reconsolidation and then a very nice and firm seedbed. This machine, for example, will be a nice combination with our well-known Optimas for the springtime in order to plant maize, sunflower, all raw crops. But it could be also combined with our seed drill combination, U-drill, in order to prepare the seedbed for cereal crops like wheat, barley, eventually oilseed rape. But it could be also combined and used in front and head of a DG2. So in the portfolio of Kverneland, we can offer you a multiple choice in order to answer to all customer demands. In regard of the range, on the turbo, we have three different type of frames in order to cover a wide panel of tractor size. We are starting on a mounted rigid frame, which is 3-point linkage, from 3 meter up to 3.5 meter working width. We have also a mounted fold, so again 3-point linkage, but folding units, which is declined in 4, 5, and 6 meter working width. And then we have a turbo trail, which is a trailing version, which is declined from 6.5 up to 8 meter. So with this full range, we can cover a tractor panel or tractor range from 90 horsepower up to 450 horsepower, which can give you a very good benefit and a good answer to propose to all farm size. Now let's speak about times and what we can offer on the turbo range. So basically on the turbo range, we can offer to our farmers two different type of tines. The reflex tine, which is our S tine, and the Triflex 400, which is our C tines. First of all, let's talk about common feature of the both tines. So the both tines are dispatched onto the frame with a tine spacing of 19 centimeters, which will make the turbo very versatile from seedbed preparation to deep cultivation. In addition of that, both tines will have the same underbeam clearance, which is 725 millimeters, in order to pass with certain amount of residues. So let's speak first about the reflex tine. So the reflex tine is our S tine, which has a high vibration capability and will be a perfect choice for a farmer who would like to do seedbed preparation, for example. But the reflex tine has also the capability to work in depth thanks to the strong design, and in addition thanks to the spring design. So if you look to the tines, the point is fit in front of the beam, which makes the tines, the reflex tine, one of the most stable S tine into the market. So for example, if you want to push the tine backwards, you will need to push with 200 kilograms, which make, again, the tine very strong in hard soil condition. In addition of that, as I said, thanks to the design with the point in front, you need to push the tine 20 centimeters backwards to start to lift the tine by 1 centimeter. So in the end, the tine is very stable and will allow to keep the depth and the constant depth across the entire field, whatever the soil conditions are. In order to work to different depths, we can offer different type of shears, like here with the 50 millimeter carbide shear, or eventually a 55 millimeter standard shear. We can offer also a double earth shear, 125 millimeter, in order to have a better mixing effect when we want to incorporate the straw on the first layers. We can offer also duck foot shear, which is 240 millimeter. So with a tine pitch of 19 centimeter, it will allow a full cut of the bottom profile. And then this duck foot will be a perfect implement when you want to do the first cultivation, so primary cultivation, straight after the combine in order to regrow the weeds. Now let's speak about Triflex 400. So the Triflex 400 is our C tine, which can be fitted onto the turbo range. So the Triflex 400 is equipped with an auto reset system, so a spring pack, in order to protect the tines, but also the cultivators, against stones, against rocks, against whatever as a collision you can find into the soil. So the auto reset system is a well-known system with a spring blades from the Kverneland plow, which allow to protect the tines against obstacles. So the system works, but when the tine is in the ground and meet an obstacle, we will need 400 kilo pressure to push back the tine and to release the tine. In that way, the spring blades will be bended and then the pressure will be released, which make the machine protect against any stress from the soil. The Triflex 400 is designed as a C tine for two reasons. There is one reason which is able to work very deep in order to crack and lift the soil, which will be a perfect compromise to do and to remove the compaction from the soil, but also the C part, which will be and which will allow a mixing effect of the straw on the first layer. So this time, as you may understand, with this 400 kilo point pressure will be very stable into the ground, and which allow the farmer to work down to 20 centimeters, but also to be very stable even when we want to do a shallow working depth, like 3-5 centimeters, so which will be a perfect combination to do primary cultivation, primary tillage, straight after the combine in order to regrow weeds or volunteer. In order to match with this different working depth, we can equip this Triflex 400 with different shears. So 2 solution of bolted share, reversible point, 65 millimeter, or eventually a 70 millimeter carbide point when you have a wearing soil, very abrasive soil. Then we can also equip the Triflex 400 with the wide range of knock-on, starting from 80 millimeter point in order to work in depth, but also with duck foot 250 millimeter. So with this 250 millimeter duck foot, you will be able to have a full cut of the bottom profile, which will be a perfect combination when we are doing our primary tillage down to 3-5 centimeter. So now if we are comparing the Reflex and the Triflex 400, so just as a reminder, the Reflex tine will be more with high vibration in order to do seedbed preparation, but also strong enough to do deep cultivation down to 20 centimeter. On the other side, the Triflex 400 is an extremely stable tines with auto reset system, so which will be perfect for rocky and stony condition, but also for farmers who would like to work really in depth and have a stable system. And in addition of that, the Triflex 400 will be capable to remove soil compaction down to 20 centimeter, but also capable to work very shallow from 3 to 5 centimeter. So with these 2 choice and 2 offer of time, we can also answer to all farmer requests. So now let's speak about rear accessories available on the turbo range. So as a rear accessories, we have 2 different parts. So the first part will be the leveling equipment. So the leveling equipment is there on the cultivator to have a good finish, a nice finish, very well leveled in order to reclose the furrow made by the tines. And then we have a roller equipment, so wide offer of roller equipment in order to do a reconsolidation and in order to keep the moisture into the ground. So first let's speak about leveling equipment. We can offer 2 different types of leveling equipment. Leveling tine, like we have here in front of us, or leveling disc. So instead of to have a blade here, we will have a disc. Both of them are spring-loaded in order to pass even in tough condition with rocks and stones, and which will be protected with this spring loaded. Where we will choose the tine or the discs, so basically the tine will fit in the majority of the soil type. We will go for the solution of leveling disc when we will have more residue to handle in order to have a better flow through the machine. Regarding the settings of this leveling equipment, we have 2 different settings. The first settings will be the high of the leveling equipment, and then the second setting will be the aggressiveness and the angle of the leveling equipment. So to do the high and the depth of the leveling equipment, we have 2 different possibilities. In standard, from mounted, rigid, mounted fold and trailed version is made by crank, or eventually, like here, on the turbo isobus, the high tiller, we have the possibility to set the depth with hydraulic adjustment. So this adjustment is very simple and basic, thanks to the roller arm design, which is linked with the leveling equipment. That means when you will change the working depth of the machine, so the working depth is controlled by the rear roller, when you will change the working depth, the leveling equipment will follow. So it's acting like a parallelogram system. Very nice feature. A second feature which is very interesting, depending on the soil type, depending on the condition, depending on the residues you have into the field, you have the possibility to change the angle and the aggressiveness, either from the tine or either from the disc. So there is a pin which is centralized in the middle of each section with 3 different positions in order to reset the aggressiveness of the leveling tine or the leveling disc. So that's for the leveling equipment. Now let's speak about reconsolidation. As I explained, reconsolidation is extremely important, especially when we have more and more dry years, in order to keep the moisture into the ground. So we open the ground in order to remove compaction, remove hard compaction. But the target of the roller here is first, for sure, controlling the depth of the machine, because it's where we are controlling the depth of the machine. But secondly, and the most important topic, is to keep the moisture into the ground, thanks to the reconsolidation. On the turbo range, to do that, we can offer you different type of roller. So from the basic cage roller, or eventually double cage roller, we can go up to a very professional roller and active roller like ActiPack, so our disc roller equipped with knives and spring loaded, or like here with the ActiPress Twin, which is our double U type roller. So this ActiPress Twin has a different feature. First of all, it can be capable to pass in different conditions, light, medium soil condition, even in heavy condition, thanks to the double roller with a high capability of carrying the weight of heavy machine like the turbo tray. This roller will be also able to pass in very hard condition, wet condition, thanks to, again, the double roller system, which will be a self-cleaning effect. As you can see, the ring can be crossed, and then they have this cleaning effect. The design of this U profile is also helping for the traction, means we call it soil-to-soil roller, so that means once the U is full of soil, you have a better traction, which is helping for the motricity of the roller. As an additional feature on this ActiPress Twin, there is different possibility, so we can set up the offset in between the rollers. So depending on the condition you are working, if we want to have the both roller crossing deeper or not, to have a better self-cleaning effect. We have also the possibility to change the angle of the roller. So that means the both rollers are acting like a bogie system, so can really follow the soil contour, but it can be also fixed like it is for the moment, so really fixed. It can be also fixed on one roller in order to use one solo roller. Then in that case, we have a wider space in between two rings, which is a perfect job for autumn season. And then for sure, it can be set as a free in order to follow the ground contour. When we are talking about reconsolidation, we are every time talking about the weight per meter. Here, with the ActiPress Twin, we are talking about 250 kilograms per meter, which is one of the highest in the range. So good reconsolidation and good capillarity effect thanks to the weight of this roller. That's it for the turbo presentation. I hope you enjoy it. And then if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact any of Kverneland representatives from your country. Thank you.
When farming means business,